you wonderful people, my name is Gnome Sane and welcome back to another episode of Music Monday. So, since it's the month of April, it's usually the month of rain, you know, the old saying, April showers bring May flowers. So, because of that, we're going to be talking about depressing or more or less chill bands this month. So, for the first episode for April, we're going to be talking about a band that I've been listening to a lot lately. They are called Jtree Brazil. They formed in 1997 in Brooklyn, New York. The members of Jtree Brazil consisted of Blake Schwarzenbach, Jeremy Chatelain, I believe it's pronounced, it could be very wrong though, and Chris Daly. Eventually though, Brian Mariansky joined after the release of their first album. This was the post-Jawbreaker band for Blake. Originally, Jawbreaker was more of like this punk pop band, I guess you could say. I guess just poppy because some of the lyrics, but they had a really great sound. I mean, all their albums I thought were really well done. But with this, Jtree Brazil is more indie rather than punk. It brought those emo elements from Jawbreaker, though. The fans from Jawbreaker, a good portion of them were fairly confused or angry at this new thing because they were just like, why are you changing from punk and then going to this more indie thing? I don't know why, because I think that Jtree Brazil is a freaking phenomenal band. Blake was the primary songwriter for Jtree Brazil. He has a very unique writing style. It's straightforward yet complex, and then it's depressing yet lively. It's kind of hard to put together. I feel as though Jets was a better band to show that style though, because with Jawbreaker I feel like they had to be punk in order to, be able to convey these messages, or else people wouldn't have listened to him. One thing that I can say though is that due to his unique style, he's able to come up with some really memorable lines. In fact, the one that I consider the most memorable was this part from I Typed for Miles off of their Orange Rhyming Dictionary album. The line is, "I have been kissed between the ears with human error," and for some reason, every time I hear that line from that song, I just go crazy because it's just so insanely clever. The band didn't release any singles, but in order to release their albums, they joined Jtree Records. Jtree had some pretty other cool artists on there. None that I can bring off the top of my head. I should have done a little bit more research on them. But anyways, the first album from Jtree Brazil was Orange Rhyming Dictionary. The name came from no words rhyming with orange, You can really feel the indie rock sound for the album, and you can see the difference between Jawbreaker's last album and then this one. And of course, they're not the same band, it's different people. But anyways, for me, the best tracks on that album are See an Enemy, I Typed for Miles, and Sweet Avenue. Sweet Avenue, unfortunately, is often attributed to singer Damien Rice due to pirating and peer-to-peer file sharing. The second album from them is Four Cornered Nights. I don't understand how this one got lower reviews from the other album. I mean, it's definitely not the same, but it's still a really good album. One thing that it definitely brought to the table is it had a lot more acoustic guitar and piano, and it featured more of a mellow tone. Blake actually fully transitioned over to piano because of the other guitarist Brian Mariansky joining. For me, the best tracks off the album are One Summer Last Fall, Little Light, and All Things Good and Nice. Especially the last one. Oh my goodness, it's such a great way to end the album. For their third and final album, they released Perfecting Loneliness. This is their highest rated album, and for good reason. This really struck home with me personally, and I feel like with a lot of people, because it had this really depressing feel to it. But it did it in such a great way. Unfortunately, because of the band disbanding shortly after the album's release, not a lot of these songs were performed live. But some songs like You're the Only One I Want and William Tell Override were played previously around 2001. For this album, I would say Cat Heaven, Perfecting Loneliness, and Rocket Boy are the best songs, totally. The one thing I can definitely say about their albums is that the progression is, I feel like they planned the progression to be this way. Like, it starts out in this kind of, I don't want to say heavy, but it's a little bit of a harder tone, and then it just gradually takes you through the motions. Like it's like heavy, soft kind of deal. Not so much on the last album because that one's a lot more of the softer side, but still it does that. And they always have these really good songs ending the album. Sweet Avenue is the last song for Orange Rhyming Dictionary. Phenomenal. All Things Good and Nice, last song on Four Cornered Nights. Phenomenal. And then on the third album, Perfecting Loneliness, it's Rocket Boy, and that song is, oh my goodness, it's so freaking amazing. After the breakup, Blake actually started teaching English in New York City. I can't remember the college that he teaches at, though. As for other band endeavors, though, he started this band called Thorns of Life in 2008, and then after that, he formed another band that's still currently going on called Forgetters, and they're really good, too. If you like Jets to Brazil, you probably would like Forgetters, so I'd recommend checking them out, too. I would definitely recommend listening to this while it's, like, raining, or, something, like, kind of, like, semi-depressing, just to add to the mood, and not trying to, be all super sad and whatnot, but it really adds to the overall tone of the environment, and you don't even have to listen to it when it's raining or anything. You just listen to them anytime. I mean, they're a great band. If you like some clever yet straightforward lyrics, I'd highly recommend it. Plus, the sound is just great. I mean, if you like indie rock, then definitely check them out. Well, that concludes this episode of Music Monday, the first of the April 2016 edition. Wow, that sounds really stupid, but I'm going to keep that in anyways. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you have any critiques, comments, suggestions especially, I am very open to suggestions. If you want me to talk about a band, I will look into it, and if I'm feeling it, I'll do it. I mean, even if I'm not feeling it, I'll probably do it because I just want to do the suggestions. So, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Girl Scouts.